Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ludington, Michigan. Welcome. Come on in to the Great with Love Stampin' Studio. I am so glad you are here. Welcome to my live followers, and welcome also to my replay watchers. Hello, everybody. I am just super excited to get going with you today. We have some really cool things to share with you today. Let's see. First off, let's talk about Paper Pumpkin. December 1st through December 9th, Stampin' Up! Is going to have a sale on Paper Pumpkins on the 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month. That's how you buy them. There is a big savings. If you want to know about that, let me know. Paper Pumpkin is a box of crafting fun that can be delivered right to your mailbox. So it is a great gift to give for Christmas as well, because it's the gift that keeps on giving, right? So if you'd like to know more about that, let me know. Something else Stampin' Up! Is coming up within December. It's called Product of the Month. This is brand new. So it's new to me, so I'm going to be learning right along with you. But what it is Stampin' Up! Is coming out with one product per month. It is an exclusive item, meaning you cannot purchase it any other way. There is a qualification for it. You do need to purchase a $75 order at one time in order to be eligible for the product. So with the $75 order, you can get this special product, and the product will be $5. So now your order would be $80, then shipping, handling, and tax. But this is starting in December. Oh, so excited for this. I have no idea what they're going to be doing for us, but I'm super excited to find out. Now, you do need to go in and sign up for your account. So you know how we have been talking about in the past that you do need to have an account now. Go on, you get to do your shopping yourself. You get to control your own credit card payment, however you want to do those things. So go in, set up your account now so that when December rolls around, you're ready for the product of the month. Now, there's a couple of things with the product of the month. Not only is it exclusive in that you have to do a $75 order in order to even purchase it. And again, the item will be $5, whatever it is. But it's while supplies last. So if you go on and it is no longer available, it is gone. They will not be getting any more. So if you want to know what the item is before you place your order, I'm assuming they're going to show us and tell us, so I'm super excited about it. So again, this is all new to me, so as I wrap my head around this, of course, I'll be sharing this information with you. So we have the sale for the Paper Pumpkins. Oh, we have Black Friday coming up, November 25th through, I believe it's December 1st. There are select items that are going to be on sale, so pay attention. I don't know what a lot of those are until you guys find out as well. So that's coming up this coming week. So be aware, be on there, be looking. So yeah, that's what Stampin' Up! Has going on. What is going on here with the Create with Love Studio? We are still in the thralls of Christmas. So excited to be doing Christmas. But I wanted to share with you a couple of things. One of those is an online exclusive product-based class is coming the last Monday of December. We are going to be using the Brushed with Beauty suite of products. All of my classes, if you'd like to know what classes I offer here locally in the Ludington, Michigan area, I've actually got a QR code that you'll be seeing here in a minute when I turn the camera down that you can see. But you can also get to these classes on my store. So everything is all hooked together. Then the other thing I want to let you know about too is I am doing a catalog launch party Friday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. My launch parties are amazing. This is my #1 requested class by everybody. They do not want to miss out. So this class fills up fast. What is my launch party? Well, we have new mini catalogs and new online exclusives coming in January. We as demonstrators are allowed to order now. You might have been seeing some of it out and about. But what happens is at my launch party, those products which I personally have purchased, they will be here for you to look at, as well as samples created with those. It's of course a party, so we have snacks, no treats, and we do make and takes. If this is something you are interested in, please let me know. Then the last thing I have to share with you from the Create with Love Studio before we get started on stamping is the first Saturday in December, I believe it's the 6th, I am doing a Cookies, Cocoa, and Remembering Christmas class. If you would like to be part of this, it is $30. Please RSVP to me so that we can ensure to have a kit here ready for you. It is a fun, just getting in the holiday spirit class, and I think you will really enjoy it. So I'd love to have you. Please let me know. Okay, guys, are you ready to get started on today's projects? I know I am. I can't wait. So hold on just a second. I'm going to turn the camera around. If you need to get a drink, get a piece of paper, any of the things, do that right now while we get turned around. Sorry, guys. I had gotten out of here somehow, and I had to find my way back. So I need to lift this a second. So bear with me. Okay, I was hoping, hey, somebody's here. Hello, hello. I have not yet seen who's here. Yeah. I zoomed in, and guess what? I can't zoom out again. So hopefully I did not have my iPad on, so I did not see how that first little bit went. I hope it went okay. Okay, let me see. Alrighty, guys. Gosh, that is blown right up, isn't it? Okay. Hopefully I'm high enough now that it's not so close. I'm hoping. Oh my gosh. Okay. So today's cards that I'm going to do are Christmas. Remember that code I was just telling you about? Here is the code here. If you want to see what classes I'm offering, that is here. If you want to shop with me, you can go there. I'm going to try something here. Bear with me, because it is really, really zoomed in. No, I think that goes sideways. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Ugh, aggravating. Sorry. Okay, so I know that my little space is right here. Okay, so this is my codes, and it's not showing very well because it's up so high. I'm going to bring it up here for now. This is the code to my class, so if you open your camera and point it at that, it should give you the message to go to my classes. If you want to shop with me at my store, here is the code for that. Okay, I'll put this back up at the end of today. Okay, so today's cards, I am going to be using the Jar of Joy bundle. It is a stamp set and a punch that work together. And then for a couple of the one of the cards, I'm going to be using the Falling Snow stamp, which is a background stamp. It's a big stamp. I'm going to be using that on one of the cards. On a few of the cards, 3 of the cards, I'm going to be using this DSP. This just came back in. This is the Christmas Tag Some More 6x6 DSP, and as you can see, I have used a lot of this. I need to order me some more of this because this stuff is amazing. There's actually die cuts in here that you can use too, but I'm not using the die cuts for today's projects, just the designer paper in conjunction with this. I'm also using a piece for one of my cards from the Country Woods 12x12 DSP. I love this paper. This is a great addition to have in your craft room. Okay, so that's what we are going to be using today. So this first card I am going to do one where I use the Falling Snow stamp set, and I use Versamark ink with the white embossing powder, and did part of it ahead of time, just so you know. I'm trying to make things quicker here. So this is the piece that I did ahead of time. It is a piece of Pool Party that I cut down, stamped, and embossed, and it measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. Then I need a piece of red that is 3 3/4 by 5. I need a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need another piece of scrap red that is 1/2 inch wide by 4 inches. That again, I stamped my greeting on and embossed it already just to save time and so you don't have to hear it. The base of our card is out of Smoky Slate. It is 4 1/4 by 11 inches long, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And so I'm just going to fold it and make sure my corners meet up, and then burnish it so that's ready to go. Now this first card, I need a scrap piece of white. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in for our stamping. Okay, and for this card, I am using Smoky Slate ink. I am going to use Real Red ink and Pool Party ink. So let me bring in all of my pieces here. All right. So on my scrap piece of paper here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my Smoky Slate ink, my jar in my Smoky Slate, rather. There we go. So there is that. And then I am going to take my punch. I'm going to slide in my piece of paper. I like to use them upside down so I can look out the window, right, and see where I'm going. So I'm going to punch that. So there's that. I also used a piece of silver foil paper ahead of time and punched out my lid. And so I'm going to take my jar and I'm going to turn it upside down for this card. And I'm going to take my snowman and I am going to put him inside the jar like so. And then I'm going to take this stamp, which is the band to his hat and the scarf on him. And I'm going to open up my Real Red, and I'm going to ink up the Real Red. And I need to bring this down, so I might be out of camera for a second. But I'm going to stamp his hat and everything on. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and now I'm going to close this up. Alrighty. And, oops, I need the snow. And so I'm going to ink up the snow and pool party. And we're going to stamp some snow around our snowman. There we go. Okay. And I always like to bring a little bit of something from the outside to the inside. So I am going to take my snowflakes and do some snow across the top. Okay, make it look like it's snowing. All right, now we just need to put our card together. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. So this is going to be the liner to my card. So I'm going to take some liquid glue and I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And then this is going to go on the inside of my card. Okay, so there's where I can put my message. Okay, and now I am going to bring in my pool party, and I know that I want my pool party just slightly cattywampus on my red. So I'm going to put adhesive toward the middle of this, and then this is going to get adhered to that. Okay? And then the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to bring in a 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I'm going to push it in as far as it can go and look to be about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to punch out a circle like this. Okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is I had, there it is, it's right here. I had 3 pieces of our thread. This is our real red and white baker's twine. I cut 3 pieces at 7 inches. 2 I'm going to wrap around the card, and one of those I created a bow. And so I am going to tear off a couple of pieces of tear and tape here. Have those ready to go. And now I'm going to take my thread, my baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap that around. And I'm going to take tear and tape and hold that down. Make sure I like the way it looks on the front. Wrap that around to the bottom. And again, take another piece of tear and tape to hold that down. And now I want my Stampin' Dimensionals. And we are going to put Stampin' Dimensionals here. Now, did you know that the edges of the Stampin' Dimensionals are sticky? So do not get rid of those. I see I'm out of camera here, guys. I'm sorry. Do not get rid of these. Use these up. So I am cutting up the edge, and I want just a little more support around the circle, just so it doesn't get crushed when it gets mailed. And so now I need to bring in the base of my card, and we need to peel off our backings. Okay, and all of our dimensionals. Okay, and then this one is going to go on the front. The red one is going to be straight, and it's the blue that's slightly off. Now I'm going to take this And I am going to take my stamp and seal, here it is, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive along the top of the jar, and then I'm going to place the lid on, but he's upside down, right? So he can't balance on that. Never fear, just take a pair of snips, snip that off. Okay. Whoever is here, welcome. I'm not ignoring you. I still can't see who's here. Oh, it's Dawn and Jenna. Hey, you guys. Welcome. Wow, Jenna. I'm in shock. Okay, turn that over. And now I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals back here on this. Peel off the backings. Bring my card in. Then this is going to go on here like so. Now we're down to the greeting that I went ahead and stamped and embossed ahead of time. So now I'm going to take and snip this down so there's not so much red on it. Okay. And now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to snip this apart right here. And again, take this down some so there's not so much red. See how much bigger it is? That's too much for me. You do you. I'm doing me. A little too much. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, and now I'm going to take and put some adhesive on the backs of these. And I am purposefully doing them cattywampus or not straight so that you don't have to worry about it, right? Don't stress it. Okay, just do them. There we go. Now that's going to take a little bit longer to dry because of all the embossing, right? So just give it time. It'll be good. So the last thing we have to this is we have our bow. Remember, I had 3 pieces of the twine. So, or thread, whatever you want to call it. The red and white. So I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm putting a ball, making that into a ball to put on the back of my bow. And then this is going to go on my card like so. So there is card number 1. What do you guys think of that? Isn't he cute? Love it. Hopefully you'll see that you can do some quick Christmas cards today. Okay, the next card that we are going to do is, I am going to use, I'm looking for all the things. I need my garden green. I am going to be using the ornament stamp with this one. And then I'm going to be using 2 of my greeting sets. Okay, just wait for it. Hopefully you'll like this one as well. And so for this card, let's talk about all the pieces here, right? I have a piece of basic white, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, line up my corners. I don't know if I was in camera for that. I hope so. Okay, one of these days I hope to get this Zoom thing, this zooming in figured out so you can, anyhow. So I have a piece of garden green that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I know it's an 8. I'm sorry. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. This is my liner. I need a piece of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm choosing this one. Now for these next 3 cards, I am switching over to using this, the Christmas tags and more. Our first one did not have any of the DSP on it, but I just loved the snowman, so I had to do snow with him. So there's that. Then I cut a piece of the same DSP. This is 3/4 of an inch by 4. And then I need a piece of white that is 1 1/2 by 4. And then I need a piece of garden green that is 1 5/8 by 4. And then I need scrap white, okay? So let's get started. So I am going to take, I need the inside, that's the inside, this is the card. Okay, had to get my brain straightened out here. And I forgot, oh nope, my foam mat is here. I thought I had forgotten my piercing mat to use with my photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to ink up my ornaments, and they're going to go at the top. So that is done for the inside. Now this one, because I'm afraid I won't going to be in camera, this is the 1 1/2, is it? Yes, 1 1/2 by 4. And I want to find the middle. So just give me a second. I know I'm off camera because I won't be able to use my grid because I'm zoomed in. So I wanted to find the middle of it. Now this is approximate, so I'm going to ink up my ornaments. And yes, I know I'm using them upside down. It's all good. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay? So that is now done. Now I'm going to take my scraps here, and I am going to take my greetings, and this one I inked up the wishing you, stamped it on here. Oops, I didn't do very good because I need wishing, so let's go down some. Sorry. So wishing you. And now on this one, I want joy. Now there's plenty of room here. I can stamp that one. Okay, then what I did, so as not to bore you, is I went and took those words and I chopped them apart. And so I'm creating my own greeting that says, wishing you joy. So that's now one of the greetings in the stamp sets. This one says, may your heart be filled with joy. And I use the joy off from that. And then this one says, wishing you the sweetest Christmas. So I wanted the wishing you. Okay? So that's where those came from. So let me clean those up real quick. And let's start assembling the card. So again, I took 2 7-inch pieces of twine and held them together to create a bow. Okay, so coming in with our white card base, I put the stamp on the inside, but I'm also taking that 3/4 inch piece with the DSP 3/4 inch by 4. Come on, slide over. I'm just all cattywampus today. There we go. Okay, now put glue on the back of this. And then bring in the base of my card. This is the inside of our card. So that's going to go like so. Now I have this piece of DSP. Now there's no measurement for this. I'm simply going to take this and fold it back. And then to hold that up, I am going to take a dimensional, stick it there in the corner, and then roll this back and press it down. I don't want it completely flat. I don't know, I just like the 3D effect that it gives. And so now I am going to put adhesive on my DSP. I know I love that one too, but I never give this side any love. This DSP pattern any love. And I thought it went super cute with the ornaments. So we're going to give this side a little bit of love today. It's the first time I've used it. I've always used the other plaid. Okay, and so now I'm going to take this. I am going to put adhesive on the back of here. This is going to now go on the front of our card. Like so. Okay, and now I have this one that I stamped, and then I have my little bit bigger piece of green. So again, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. So some of you may not be aware of the fact that Facebook no longer keeps our lives longer than 30 days for us. So like and follow me here on Facebook so you know when I'm going live. But then go over to YouTube to Create with Love and subscribe. Hit the bell and subscribe to my page so that whenever my videos are posted there, you can go back and watch those as many times as you would like. And that helps me out, so I would appreciate that. So that's in place. So now my Wishing You Joy is going to go down here, and I have a pair of tweezers that I like to use because of fine motor skills. I just can't grab things like I used to. So this is going to go in here like so, and then I'm going to take the U, put a little bit of adhesive on the U. Oops, that might be too much. So this is going to go in here, like so. And now we are going to use the joy. Put just a little bit, hopefully a little, of adhesive here. And put that on here, like so. And now we have our bow. So I need a glue dot. And I'm going to take it, create a ball with it, stick it on the back of my bow, and my bow is going to go right here to decorate my corner of my paper. And then I want this to have just a little bit more of a trim on there. So there we go. There is card number 2. What do you think of that? Isn't it cute? Simple? Not a lot of stamping, but the designer paper does a lot of work for you, which I absolutely love. So there's that one. Okay, next card. Are y'all with me so far? I hope so. Okay, on this next card, again, I'm using a piece of Garden Green. This one is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, just line up your corners. It's the same size folded as my first two were. Okay, so there is that. Then I need a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. That is for the inside. I need a piece of early espresso. That is 3 3/4 by 5. I need a piece of that wood grain DSP. That is 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. I know they're 1/8 measurements. It's okay. Sometimes you just got to do that, you know. Then I'm going to use a piece of that Christmas DSP. That is 1 1/2 by, again, 4 7/8. Okay. And then I cut another piece of that. That is 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch. Alrighty. And then I need a scrap piece of white and I need a scrap piece of green. Now, this card, I love this card. Just saying. So, oops, I want to take my 1/2 inch piece of DSP. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of here. And then this is going to go on the bottom of my card. Okay, I just like to start getting a bunch of my pieces glued and out of the way so I don't lose them. Then this is going to get adhesive on the back of here. This is going to go to the inside of my card. It is the liner. That's where you can write your message. Okay, now I'm going to start gluing these together. So I'm going to take this DSP, put adhesive on the back of it. This is going to go down on here. Okay. This card is so country looking and I love it. Okay, put adhesive on the back of this. This is going to go on our early espresso, and it has just an 1/8 of an inch border, and I probably have been out of camera view. I hope not, but nope, I was in. Okay. And then we're going to put adhesive on the back of our espresso. Okay. And now this is going to go on our card front. I know it doesn't look like much yet. Wait for it. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So I'm going to bring in my mat, and now we're going to do some stamping. So now I'm going to be using some pecan pie and our jar stamp. And I need 3 jars. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So the jars are done. And I'm still using pecan pie. I am now going to come in with our cookie stamp. And on 2 of these, I need to look through my stamp because it's clear. I can see it. And I'm going to fill my cookie jars with the cookies, right? So there's those 2. And now I am done with the pecan pie. I need my Real Red. And there is a filler stamp for the cookies. And so I'm going to ink this up. And then you look down through your stamp. Now hopefully my head's not in the way. And I hope I line it up. Oh, not too bad. Could have been better, but not too bad. I'm looking half a table length away. So there is that. And now I'm coming in with the Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas. Inking that up in the red. And it is going to go here in our 3rd jar. Okay. So that is our stamping. So let me close those up. Oh, no, it's not. We have one more thing to stamp. Hold, please. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So now I need a green piece. This is a scrap piece of green, garden green ink. And so I'm going to ink this up. I need 3 of our jar lids, right? We've got 3 jars. So I need 3 lids. There we go. Now I'm done stamping. Okay. So bring back in our punch. And again, hold it so you can see where you are punching. So there's 1 lid. 2 lids. And 1 more is 3. Okay, set that aside. Now let's quickly punch out our jar. Same way, use your punch upside down so you can see where you're punching. There's 1. 2. And 3. Okay. Now, I want to bring back in my silicone craft sheet. Set that aside. And I am going to take my stamp and seal. Do you guys see it? I know it was out here. There it is. Oh, golly. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the jar lids. Okay. Did you know that if you have troubles using our stamp and seal, that if you use it on your paper on top of the silicone craft sheet, for whatever reason, it allows this to grip better and it rolls. And I have so much more success using it on our mat than I do any other way. So if you are struggling with our stamp and seal, try that. Get yourself a craft sheet. I think it's like $6. You won't be sorry. There are so many things this comes in handy for. Okay, so now I'm putting my jar lids on the jars. Okay, and 1 on here. And I was gonna say, I lost my bow. I get to flying through the cards here that I lose track of where everything is. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go ahead and use seal on these. Since it's here. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my card now. I'm going to put 1 jar on here. I'm going to put my other jar on here. My 3rd jar, I need some dimensionals. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on here, like so. Remove the backings. Okay. And then I'm going to put this jar down here, like so. And now I need a glue dot for the bow that I made. So again, I'm balling my glue dot up so it'll fit underneath the knot on my bow. And it is going to go on the top of my jar like so. There is card number 3. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't that sweet? Ha, ha. No pun intended. Okay. Now we are doing our last card. And this one, again, it is Garden Green. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Line up your edges. your corners, your edges, all the things, right? Okay. It's not playing nice with me. There we go. So I like to use my bone folder and burnish both sides. Then I need a piece of white 4x5¼ for the inside. I need a piece of crumb cake. This is our two-tone cardstock. Can you see how that is lighter on one side and darker on the other? Love this stuff. There's so many cool things you can do with this, but I wanted this because I wanted just a little bit lighter. I need this is a scrap for some stamping. I went and cut ahead of time a tag. Oh gosh, what? I forgot that I used this. Now I don't remember which die set I used that from. I'll have to look that up. I'll have it posted. And then in that same die are these sprigs. So I went ahead and die cut those from scrap piece of green. And now for my DSP, I have a 1/2 inch by 4 inch. And then I have 3 different pieces from this. And these are 1 1/8. I know, here we're back to the 8s again. 1 1/8 by 5 inches. Okay? So there are our pieces. And I need my scrap piece of paper wherever it went. Here it is right here. So on this one, again, I am going to use my smoky slate and my jar, inking up, and I'm going to stamp my jar on my paper here. And then I need a real red. Open that up. And we are going back to these little ornaments because I've done all the other items in the jar. The ornaments I did the first time were not in the jar. So we are going to put our ornaments in a jar. So that one is done. And okay. So that's closed. That's closed. I need pecan pie. The pecan pie and this one, the jar lid, I'm going to stamp that on there like so. And then I need garden green, and I am going to stamp, where's it? May your heart be filled with joy. So I'm going to ink this up. And I thought I had done this ahead of time and cut it out, but it doesn't look like it. So there is my greeting. Okay, I believe that is everything. So let me grab my punch. We are going to punch out my lid. There's my lid. And now I need my jar. So punch that out. So I'm done with that. So I'm going to take my lid and put adhesive on the back of the lid with my seal, just like I did on the green ones. My jar lid is going to go on there. Okay, sorry, I know I probably was out of camera on that. I'm sorry. Oh, no, it showed. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the 1/2 inch strip, 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip. And this is going to go on the base of the white. Okay, like so. This is going to go to the inside of my card. So let's get this done. Okay, we're going to diminish some of our pieces here. Let's see how quickly we can do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my card base, put this to the inside Okay, so now we need to work on the card front. And I want to use this side. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. This one is going to go on here, and I want approximately equal borders from the top here, the bottom here, and then on the sides. So approximate, okay? And I'm gonna put adhesive on the back of this designer paper. And then, just like I just did, I want approximate equal border on the 3 sides of that. And now we have our last piece of designer paper. Put adhesive on the back of this one. And then this one is going to go in the middle, splitting the difference between the other 2 designer paper. Okay, now this one's ready to go on our card. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. This is now going to go on here, like so. Okay, now I'm going to bring my mat back in, and I'm going to bring my tag back in. I'm trying to remember which set that's from. I've forgotten already. This one. I know it's a new one. Do you remember what it's called, anybody? I do not remember. Isn't that terrible? Okay, this is going to go on here. Like so. This one is going to get adhesive on the back of here. And this one is going to go up here, like so. And then this one, we're going to put adhesive on the back of here. And then this one is going to go on here, like so. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, that looks terrible with all those. Just wait, we're not done with it. So I'm going to take this one. This one's getting flipped over. I need my dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of our tag. So I'm going to peel these off. Okay, move this out of the way. Bring our card back in. This is going to go toward the middle, but down some. Do you see how I left room up there? Okay, that's by design. So I'm going to flip this over now. I need to put dimensionals on the back of here. These are being removed. This is going to go on here. See, I told you not to worry about the mess that was showing. So now I'm going to take my bow and put a glue dot on the back of our bow. Again, it was 2 pieces, 7 inches long, held together to tie my bow. I'm wadding up a glue dot. It's going to go on the back of here, and my bow is going to go on the top of my tag, like so. And now we have our greeting. Aha! You probably thought I forgot about that, didn't you? So now we're going to cut that apart. And then I am going to cut along here. Now, if you want to do this with a paper trimmer, you can. Okay, so now I need With Joy to be cut off, and I need May Your Heart be cut off. Again, trim this down, trim this down. Okay, and I want this trimmed down a little bit yet, just checking it all out. And yes, a little bit on this one as well. Yeah, I don't like the top of this. See? Go back. Okay, so now I need my tweezers, and we're going to put adhesive on the back of all of these, so I am just going to go ahead and put adhesive on all three while I have the glue out. So we're going to do the biggest one, May Your Heart, is going to go up here, be filled, and this is going to go right there, and then this is going to be With Joy, right there. There is card number 4. What do you guys think of today's cards? Do you like them? Okay, let's go back and take a look at these. Okay, and card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. So again, it's showing you all the different ways, and there's tons more, right? The possibilities are endless. Let's get these up here so you can take a better look again. This one to me looks like a kitchen table. Just love it. And then this one by itself. Then this one, not even using any of the DSP. And then this one, so you can see the greeting. There you go, guys. Let me know which one's your favorite. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me. Here again are the QR codes. This one is to shop. So if anything you've seen here today, if you want to know more about it, you can go online. This is where you want to go to check out when the product of the month starts December 1st. Our Black Friday sale that starts November 25th. There's just so much coming, so that's to shop. And then if you want to see what classes I hold here in my Create with Love studio, you can scan this one, and this is going to take you into my calendar of events, and you can flip through the months to see what classes I'm offering. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and I will see you next Friday for Live on Friday, and it'll be the day after Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week with your family. Eat lots and lots, and I will see you Friday. Bye, everybody.